Good morning, Emerson. Today is Thursday, March 17th. On today's show, boot camp instructor Jody Reef is in studio to make us sweat off those winter pounds.
And Fernando Febres is in studio to take us behind the counter of one popular Boston-based restaurant.
Hey everyone, I am Terry Stackhouse.
And I'm Anna Rodriguez. Good morning.
Top of the morning to ya.
I know. Happy St. Patty's Day.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
What are your plans?
I've got no plans. Hosting GME, that is the top priority today.
That's good.
So, as you may know, Anna, you are always up on what's happening in the news. But about a week ago, President Obama paid a visit to Boston. He spoke with some students in Dorchester as part of his Winning the Future campaign, which sounds more like a Charlie Sheen campaign than anything else. But he was asked by reporters, what is it going to take to garner the magic that his 2008 campaign garnered during his re-election campaign in 2012. And I'm just wondering, do you feel that he needs to garner that same kind of attention and magic?
I do believe that he needs to energize that Democratic base, especially after the midterm elections where the Democrats lost control over the Senate. A lot of critics and Republicans believe, and this is according to a Boston Herald article I was reading yesterday, that President Obama will spend more money than he did in 2008 for his presidential campaign, which is $750 million.
Wow.
Exit polls say that Democrats have lost interest in the president and don't believe that he's having an above-average presidency. So we'll see what happens once November hits.
Well, I mean, think about his competition. When you look up at the Granite State and the noise that the GOP is making, you got guys like Rick Santorum, Tim Pawlenty, and Sarah Palin as rumored candidates. Donald Trump, too, if anybody watched the roast the other night. I don't really see any of these candidates posing quite the threat that the Republican Party is going to need come election time. But somebody that might be a threat to the White House in coming years is our trusted newsman, Steven Selnick. Steve, what's happening in the news today, buddy?
Reagan's still president, right? That's okay. Good morning, Emerson. I'm Steve Selnick, and here's the news that you need to hear. When one man took putting spare change to good use to a whole new level, Thiari Kahas of California paid off his $6,500 credit card bill entirely in pennies. That's 650,000 Abraham Lincolns. Not surprisingly, many different banks did not want to accept the payment. Kahas claimed that he went from bank to bank with no luck and started to wonder if, quote, his pennies stunk. A Chase Bank spokesman said that it had nothing to do with the odor, but rather a lack of space. The crisis was solved when Kahas was moved to a bigger bank. Well, what's one way to guarantee being at fault for an accident? Slam into a stopped police car in the middle of a road. A driver who apparently wasn't paying attention and didn't see the car slammed into the cruiser. Two officers had to jump out of the way while attempting to guide traffic away from another accident. The best part is that it's all on camera. Thankfully, no one was injured in the accident, and the driver received a ticket from police. Emerson College's Castile Well program in the Netherlands is celebrating its 25th anniversary next week. There will be many special events in the upcoming days, including a chance for former well dwellers to gather and reminisce from April 3rd to the 5th. The program has grown from 23 to 85 students since its inception and offers a bonding experience between students that cannot be found in many other places. Plus, we get to say that we own a castle. That's pretty awesome. Now back to my top picks for Dungeon Keeper, Anna and Terry.
Thank you so much, Steve. Now, if anyone who was part of the Castle program beforehand, how can they find out more information about these events?
Well, they can go and visit emerson.edu. It's one of the top stories on the website, and there should be banners around campus where they can find all the information that they want about it.
And now it's time to see what's happening outside. Lindsay Cannon is out to tell us what's the weather going to be like today. Lindsay?
Good morning, Emerson, and happy St. Patrick's Day. Now, I know the burning question in your mind. Why does Lindsay Cannon exercise? Well, I'll tell you. For Friday, gotta look good for Friday. Can't be looking flabby for the weekend, but it's Thursday, so I'm giving you weather on Thursday. Keeping you informed about the weekend. Raining or snowing, yeah, sleeting or hailing, yeah, sun. Looking good for the weekend. And now for today's forecast. Today it's going to be partly cloudy with a high 57 and a low 44. Now for today's 5-day forecast. Friday, rainy, high of 62, low of 37. Saturday, rainy, high of 42, low of 30. Sunday, partly cloudy, high of 43, low of 32. Monday, partly cloudy, high of 49, low of 38. And Tuesday, rainy with a high of 51 and a low of 38. Now back to two people who I know can never decide on which seat to take, even though the rest of us always know the front seat is taken. Terry and Anaritis.
Thank you so much, Lindsay. She is going to be trending on Twitter.
Oh,
Rebecca
absolutely.
Black better watch out.
Absolutely. Now it's time to throw it over to our friend Ross Littman. Ross, our sports guy, challenged me to a bracket challenge, the NCAA tournament. Kicking off tonight, I have my bracket filled out, and you know what, Ross? If you want some, come get some. What do you got today?
What you got?
You just tore up your bracket. You're disqualified now. I already won. I don't understand. Regardless, top of the morning to you, campers, and in American, that's good morning, campers, and happy St. Paddy's Day to you. Ross Littman here with your shot of sports for this Thursday morning. Terry Francona announced yesterday that John Lester will in fact be the starter come opening day for the Red Sox, but there really wasn't much doubt that he would be the #1 man in the Sox rotation. But now it's official. The 27-year-old went 19-9 last season with a 3.25 ERA, finishing second in the Cy Young vote. Francona said that not only does he deserve the spot, but that Lester's reputation precedes him. In past years, Lester has been an unassuming pitcher in the league, but now Francona says that, quote, I think he kind of has that station in the game now where other teams probably look at him as #1. The Sox played their first game in April in Texas against the Rangers. And Doc Rivers took advantage of the day off the Celtics had Tuesday to make his way back home to Chicago for his son Austin, who received the Morgan Wooten Award. Now, what is the Morgan Wooten Award, you ask? Oh, it's nothing special. It's just the Player of the Year award in high school basketball. That's right, Doc isn't the only one in the family who has some skills on the court. Austin, who is the #1 overall player in the class of 2011, according to ESPNU and Rivals.com, said he was thrilled his dad was able to attend. As for the proud father, Doc said that, quote, watching all the work he has done and to receive such a special award is a proud feeling as parents. Austin will be taking his talents to Duke University next season. It's really quite the shocker. Who knows, maybe one day Doc can coach his son in the NBA. That's all the sports I have for you today. Enjoy your St. Patrick's Day. Now let's go back to a woman who is most certainly not Irish and a guy so pale you could call him the Celtic warrior, Anaritis and Terry.
Thank you, Ross. Now, we've talked about my bracket. I've got UConn and Kemba Walker going all the way. Go Huskies. Who do you got winning the tournament?
Well, I'm not going to reveal all of my secrets, but just say the national championship game, I have it as Duke and Kansas, and I have Duke winning the whole thing.
Thank you so much, Ross. It's time for our first commercial break, but when we come back, Fernando Febres is going to give us a fresh look at one familiar Boston restaurant.
Stay tuned.
Emerson. Now, Terry, summer is just around the corner, so
It
that
is.
means all of us are hitting the gym, and that's why we have a boot camp instructor here in the studio with us this morning. But I was reading a story on Boston.com about the proper gym etiquette, and I think that my top no-no at the gym is wearing clothes that are just too tight and unforgiving. If you're going to the gym, you have to wear something comfortable. You're doing strenuous exercise. What's your top no-no at the gym?
Interesting. So you're a little bit more of a conservative gym goer. You
Yes.
don't want to see so much skin. One thing that I've noticed is that when you go to the gym, it's almost a performance art, particularly with the young ladies here at the gyms that I go to. A lot of makeup, they're about one step away from just wearing high heels on a treadmill. If you're going to the gym, you don't need to perform for each other.
Yeah.
You know, just get your workout done. One thing that I really can't stand, though, is when I'm doing weights, which I do, every once in a while, about 60 pounds is always on there. I can't handle that. To me, that's equally as bad as leaving the toilet seat up.
And talking about weights, another thing that I do not like when I go to the gym and I see guys grunting loudly as they pick up these weights. It's like, yes, you're pushing a, 60,
What are you trying to prove?
75-pound dumbbell. You're strong. You don't have to add your own soundtrack.
Yeah.
It's always like,
That's exactly what it sounds like. Yeah.
keep it. You're at a 10. I need you at like a 2. You know someone else who grunts a lot when they go to the gym?
Who's that?
I think that's Fernando Febres with today's top story. He visited a local Boston restaurant, and he's going to tell us all about it.
Good morning, Emerson. I'm Fernando Ferres, and this is Made in Boston. This semester, I will be going behind the scenes and learning all about companies that have either started in Boston or are based in the Boston area. Our first company is known by everyone, but not many people know its actual name. Today, we will be learning about Boston local company, also known as Boloco. Cool. I want to try it now.
All right, okay.
Let's try it.
Yep.
I like my make your own burrito. Whole wheat, tortilla, rice, chicken, teriyaki, and beans.
The first thing you're gonna do is grab the beans, okay? Level scoop. Next thing is heaping scoop of Boloco rice. Right, slide it down. Good level scoop of chicken. And then your teriyaki sauce. Recipe-wise, it's a collaboration with customers, people in our office, and even store-level employees.
Cool.
All
So
right.
then how do you fold it? That's
Okay,
my
that's it?
main idea.
Nope,
Yeah, that's
no,
how you
so
fold
fold it over. Yep. And then kind of pull it back a little bit. There you go. Yep. Then you're gonna pull the flap over. Yep. And then you're gonna make it tight. That's a pretty good roll for the first time. You're gonna squeeze the ends and then tuck it right in.
Boloco started in 1997. It was an inspiration that came about from our co-founders, and they were really inspired by the taqueries in the Mission District in San Francisco.
What does your tagline mean?
Inspired burritos are outside of the typical burrito. We like to call ourselves 18% Mexican because really our menu is only reflective of Mexico 18%. We have really, really different, bold flavors, and they are influenced and inspired from all over the world.
So if traditional Mexican burritos are not your thing and instead you want to try food sort of like art and get inspired, come to Boloco and try everything they have to offer. Now I'm actually going to take a bite of the burrito I made and see how it is. It's pretty good. For Good Morning Emerson, I'm Fernando Flores. Thanks for watching. I was actually surprised by the amazing job I did. They loved my burrito wrapping skills and even offered me a job. Boloco definitely stands out because of their laid-back attitude and their many different menu options. Not only do they have a location right around campus, but they just opened a new location in Copley. Now back to two people that I'm sure will never win against me in a burrito wrapping contest, Terry and Anaritis.
Bring it, Fernando. I was born rolling burritos.
Thank you, Fernando. You know, that burrito did look very good. Now it's time to check in with Omri Rowland, who has all the latest entertainment news. Omri, what's happening out there today?